Bluff City Media presents the Two Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday and welcome to the Two Buck Sports Show, brought to you by FanDuel. I am here with, don't adjust your screen, this is not pre-recorded, this is not an old episode, back in action, the one, Uncle Buck, a.k.a. Drew Gann, back from Christmas vacation up to Nashville, Tennessee with the fam. Drew, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good. I'm glad to be here. Don't get it twisted, though. I only missed one day. You missed two. If we're ranking attendance over the last 7 days, I win. Yeah, but I'm so glad to be here. I feel like anytime we don't get together on these shows, I mean, this show's coming. It's inevitable, one way or the other. Yeah. But if we can't link up and do it together over a certain amount of time, it feels like there's just like pent-up energy. And so I'm ready to just express myself today. Yeah. And I'd like to talk about some Christmas stuff, and then I guess we're going to have to talk about the freaking Memphis Grizzlies. We're going to get to a
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, Memphis Grizzlies, as it were. As Kenny and I talked about yesterday, this Grizzlies team gave us whiplash over the weekend, which we'll get to all that here in a few minutes, Drew. But, yeah, man, we haven't talked since Christmas. How was your Christmas?
It was good. It probably, I would say, one of the most chill Christmases we've had. Christmas lasts for like a week and a half. Everybody's like, oh, Christmas is on December the 25th. No, it started the 22nd. It ended the 29th when we got home yesterday. It was a solid week of Christmas festivities. And for the first, 4 or 5 days, man, it was so nice and relaxing. And we had dinners on the 22nd and the 23rd. And then the 24th, we did our second annual weenie roast and marshmallow roast at the house. Nice. And then Santa came. And it was 75 degrees Christmas morning, so those electric scooters and remote control and electric Jeeps and stuff that Santa brought my kids played with for hours on Christmas Day. It was perfect. And then we ended it with, like, the neighbors coming over and burning the rest of the wood that I had gotten from my dad in the fire pit and staying up too late. And, yeah, then we went to Nashville, which was just an adventure. We went to, like, Zoo Lights.
Oh, cool.
In Nashville. That was my brother-in-law's present to everybody. So he just bought us all tickets. And then my mother-in-law's present to everybody was the Airbnb. And we went to the ice exhibit, I guess. Ice carving. It was a Charlie Brown Christmas ice. Oh, cool. And so you go in there and they hand you this huge parka. And you enter into this room that's 9 degrees in which everything is made of ice.
Oh, wow.
It was like Charlie Brown themed. And
that's
so
cool.
It was cold. You're right. And not cool. Cold.
Cold.
Very frigid. Very frigid.
To quote Andre 3000, right? It was how cold? Ice cold, right?
What's cooler than being cool? Ice cold.
Ice cold, yeah.
So, but yeah, great, successful Christmas. Glad it's over. I text you guys on Christmas Day because I'm one that puts up my Christmas tree really early. I love decorating, getting jolly well before November gets good and started.
Sure.
And I text everybody in the group chat on Christmas afternoon saying, I've got my Christmas nap out of the way. It's time to take down the decorations. I'm done.
Yeah.
So took the lights down the exterior lights down Christmas Day. So.
Yeah, I mean, that happens. You are one of the first to put your decorations up that I know, and then your jolliness cuts off like a light switch. Just,
I mean, I'm telling you, I get all the mileage. I'm the Cam Spencer of Halloween. Like, you're getting everything I got, but then when the show's over, the show's over.
Yeah.
Favorite gift you got? Was it was a Wayno Christmas around here.
It was.
It was a Wayno Christmas.
I've talked about it a little bit. There was two. Both of them from Maggie. She got me the Wayno watercolor painting, which the detail is incredible. Like, it's just so well done. And then she got me my own barbell to start building my home gym with. I've been wanting one for a long time. I went to a gym a couple years ago in Birmingham, and they had a hot pink Rogue bar that I loved. That was awesome. And she freaking got me one for Christmas. It was at her parents'. I got it on Saturday, was completely surprised, had no idea. Like, the most shocked I was shocked at the Wayno painting, but this one, like, just took the cake. She crushed Christmas for sure.
Yeah. Hot pink barbell.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
dude, it's awesome, man.
Give me your card.
No, that solidifies my card that I'm manly enough to work out with a pink barbell.
You've
man.
got
Come
the
on.
real men wear pink.
Absolutely
tattooed on you.
Absolutely.
Haley got me this, and you've got one as well, Rusty. So me and Rusty always buy each other gifts. This year, Haley told me not to worry about it. She goes, "This is a Wayno painting or a Wayno caricature that he did for the show," and I'm sure everybody's seen it at this point. It's me hunting Rusty dressed as a bear.
Yeah.
She got it made into a coffee mug. So you've got one if you'll ever come and see us.
Yeah, so I'm going to be coming to pick that up next week. Well, it's going to be this week, but I don't want to spread this crud to anybody that I don't
want
have
you to either.
But yeah, so she reached out to me like months ago and was like, "Hey, can you get me, if Wayno's okay with it, like an original of that?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." Like the high quality original. And so I sent it over and then forgot about it until you showed me that mug in the group chat. And I was like, "Oh my God, it's for both of us."
She is one that wants to spoil Christmas. She can't hold on to like secrets. She doesn't like keeping presents a surprise or anything. So I joke with her. I'm like, "What'd I get for Christmas?" She's like, "You want me to tell you?" And I'm like, "No, I hate spoiling Christmas. I want to know absolutely nothing that I'm getting for Christmas." And this year, Jenny helped Haley wrap gifts. And so one morning I woke up and Jenny was like, "Daddy, me and Mommy wrapped you a cup. It's black and white." And I was like, "Okay." And Haley was mad. But you could tell, like, that gave away nothing. That gave away absolutely nothing. And so, like, a success.
Yeah, successful Christmas. Shout out to our missus for getting great gifts for us this year. It's always just a good time with family for sure. Now we're ready to ring in the new year with our guy Ninja DJ. Thanks for hanging out with us. If you're over on X, come on over to YouTube. We can see your comments from X, but if you comment on YouTube, you can hang out with the cool kids that are in the comments every single day with us, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central, right here on Bluff City Media's YouTube channel. Drew, every Tuesday we start the show with the same buffoonery. We always got to get some of that out of the way. And on the back half of Christmas, I got to know what you had good over the Christmas holiday in our Tuesday Tastings segment.
That is right. This is the $2 Sports Show Tuesday edition, which means you're getting your tasting Tuesdays from the $2. And listen, we are high calorie individuals.
Absolutely.
We like some good food. Well,
absolutely.
We like good food. We like a drink every once in a while, and then we like to get on here and give everybody the lowdown, where you could find it, what you could get, and we put it into a segment that we do on Tasting Tuesdays where we talk about food. And so, Rusty, what did you have that you want to tell everybody about?
It was a non-traditional Christmas, and I kind of liked it. We did tacos with my mom and her family and my family on that side on Christmas Eve. I made a chicken and corn chowder on Christmas Day for me and Maggie because we've both been fighting this crud on and off for a week. It was great. Then I made a white chicken chili yesterday. I blew it out of the water. But that chicken and corn chowder on Christmas Day was good. We had a little like traditional one on Saturday with her family with just a turkey breast, some hash brown casserole, and like a broccoli salad. Oh, and her mom made these like lemon squares that were out of this world. Squares. Like I do too. Like any kind of a fruit dessert, I'm here for. Yep. It was great, but the culmination. My mom does this every year for Christmas. She makes her famous chocolate pound cake with chocolate icing. It's like a sour cream cake, so it's super moist. But it's real fluffy. It's not dense. Little chocolate pound cake she puts in her bundt pan and bakes, and then she makes her own like chocolate fudge icing. Normally it's like really thick and you cut it. It's almost like cutting another piece of cake, but it ended up being a little runny this year, and she was all upset about it. And we were all like, "Buddy, this might be better because you can like drizzle it over the entirety of the cake." And mom only makes it just a couple times a year, and that's what makes it so special. But every year for Christmas, she said next year she's going to make my favorite, which is red velvet. And I was like, that's fantastic. I love that. It's a great idea. And can we get a side of chocolate cake with chocolate icing?
You cannot replace. You can only do both. You can only add.
That's it. Yeah. Cannot take away. This is addition by addition.
Yeah, I've talked about a lot because we talk about food a lot. and this is the holiday season. Christmas is the most overrated food holiday. Like, there's just not like I don't like ham. I think that's my biggest beef because a lot of people like ham. I don't
like
really
ham.
care for ham. Like, if I eat ham anyway, it's like country ham, that's kind of salty on a biscuit or something
Real
like that.
thin.
But I don't want, like, if there's honey ham and turkey, I'm getting turkey 100% of the time. If there's honey ham and chicken strips, I just don't care for honey ham. And so, what
about like a smoked? What about like a smoked, more savory ham?
There's just not many hams I like. I'll just be honest with you. I'm not a fan. And I think it's because it's sweet. Like, I don't like sweet meats, really. Like, there's a steak that we get. It's probably the only thing sweet I'll get that's a piece of meat. And it's like a teriyaki steak is good. But, like, I'd rather be salty, savory, spicy.
Sure.
Like, more than sweet. But,
sure.
We went and ate at a restaurant in Nashville that was really good. Give a recommendation, I guess. It was called Federales. It was in the Gulch district, which is just everything is just new. And this was like upscale Mexican, and it was funny because I'm with my in-laws, and they're like, "Oh, let's just go eat Mexican food. It'll be nice and easy." And we just Googled it, went to this place, and I was like, "This is kind of upscale Mexican. I don't know if y'all realize this or not." And everybody hated it. They're like, "This isn't the typical chicken, cheese, and rice. This is what is all this other stuff?" And I just chowed down. Man, it was awesome. Like all these people just so basic that we went with, and I got 3 different kinds of street tacos, and then the chips and salsa. You could tell they were loved and cared for, seasoned correctly. Really, pico de gallo like salsa, chunky, and they just wanted their run of the mill Mississippi Mexican
Northeast
here.
Mississippi,
But it was awesome.
That's cool. Yeah, you and I are known Mi Toros connoisseurs. Like, we've gone to Mi Toros, I don't know how many times together there in the great metropolis of Corinth, Mississippi. On our iPhones, it'll do like the little memory photo that pops up a lot. Very often, it's me and you from like 4 years ago sitting in the side room of Mi Toros when I was in town from South Carolina, and we grabbed tacos together. And so, I love like a basic Mexican food. But Mexican food churched up like that in like a fancier environment can be like next level, especially like those those street tacos or like enchiladas that they put a little extra effort into. Like, there can be some really good Mexican options that aren't just chicken, rice, and cheese like you would get at Mi Toros or Mi Pueblos. You know what?
The reason why we like Mexican food so much in my household is because we're rolling deep with 4 kids, and it's shareable, easy to share. We can eat relatively cheap for a family of 6, which is
especially
not
at the
cheap
buffet there in Burnsville, Mississippi.
Oh no! No, that buffet's great. But a buffet is expensive. That's all get out.
Yeah. Well, that one's not.
But we rolled up into this kind of upscale Mexican restaurant with 9 kids and 7 adults. It was a party.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure they love to see y'all coming. And Ninja DJ here is a ball knower. Like, chips and Rotel while you're opening gifts is a good call because, like you said, there's not like a real like Christmas food. Like at Thanksgiving, I want my turkey, I want my dressing, I want my things that come with Thanksgiving. At Christmas over the years, we've done like a billion different things. We've done barbecue, we've done Italian, we've done dips.
Yeah,
we've done like game day, like finger foods with like wings and sausage balls and Rotel. Like, it's always something different. This year it was tacos. Last year was a fish fry. Like, we get creative, but like finger foods at Christmas is a hit because Christmas is one of those days you're just going to kind of eat all day long.
All day.
Like,
yeah.
The one traditional thing we do is a cinnamon roll breakfast. After that, we just kind of graze.
Christmas is built for longevity. And Thanksgiving is like fast before because you're going to gorge yourself for an hour. Christmas is about grazing. And Rotel is fine. I'll eat Rotel if Rotel is available. There's so many ways to church up Rotel that make it so much better than your just standard Rotel. We do like a chili con queso that will make you never want Rotel again. Put some cayenne pepper in it and a can of chili, and it's So breaking news.
Strong work.
Breaking news. No baby today, per my wife. So I guess we've
been on baby watch. We've been on baby watch before where I've had to have somebody on standby for the show. So Kenny, Wayno, Jared, Luke, everybody out there, be ready for those calls. when baby number 5 makes their appearance.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like we do Rotel a little bit different. Like we don't do like Rotel and cheese. Like my family's always done it with this little can of like green chiles. Like, well, it's not. No, excuse me, it's not green chiles. It's like a jalapeno salsa, and it's called El Pato, and it's got a picture of a duck on it. And you can only find it at Walmart, and it's in these little small cans. And so we'll do that, cream of mushroom soup, and Velveeta cheese, and that's how we make our cheese dip. Have my entire life. And so, like, I wasn't introduced to Rotel dip until like into college with some friends that had it. And I was like, this is not like the cheese dip I grew up with. I like it, but I like ours a little bit better because that's what I'd always had.
Yeah. So we make the most. Christmas is not the greatest holiday for food, especially when you butt it up a month away from Thanksgiving. But it is about longevity. It's about appetizers. It's about sides. Yeah. And so we are good with grazing all day.
Yeah. And now we've got New Year's coming up this week. Tomorrow will be our last show.
On the diet.
That's it. New Year's Eve will be our last show tomorrow. Drew, what are y'all doing? Y'all got any New Year's Eve or New Year's Day plans?
Yeah, so listen, I bought a TV over the Christmas break, and so I installed that yesterday, and so I hope to spend all tomorrow watching football at home, and then we're going to a party at some local friends. Throw a party every New Year's Eve. And as it is with families with lots of kids, it typically ends about 10 o'clock.
Oh, perfect.
So we will head home, and then hopefully all New Year's Day, I'll just watch football. I know Ole Miss plays. There's 3 other quarterfinal games on Saturday. And so I hope to watch TV all day, jump on a podcast with you at some point.
Yeah.
And just enjoy.
Yeah. Shout out King Meek's ball number 2, like smoked Rotel dip. You put it on the grill or on the smoker and
always
smoke it.
Does
make it makes a big difference, especially if you throw like some hickory or some cherry wood, like some smoke that has a little flavor. You can really season that Rotel dip. And so King Meek's got me getting hungry over here already for that. We ain't doing nothing. Like I'm getting over the crud. Maggie's on the back end of it. We've both been working a lot lately. So our plans are to watch the series finale of Stranger Things tomorrow night. And then possibly do a little bonfire situation, depending on like timing and whatnot, on our solo stove, and then just spend the day Thursday just lounging, reading, doing a show with you, and watching some football. That's the only plan that we have.
I have made it an episode and a half into Stranger Things that came out on Christmas.
Oh, nice.
Due to all of the things that we have spent the first 20 minutes of the show talking about, I hadn't had a chance, and I had to set my phone down. Because people were already starting to like meme out some of the stuff that happened, like with the Max run thing. I was like, I don't know what happened. I got to get off this. I got
a bunch on deck for you that I've been waiting on that are hilarious.
I hope to have it finished today. So the last day of the new year, it's like a half day. We got Wednesday and Thursday off. It's like a clean off my desk, organized kind of day, and so I may just sneakily have it on.
I like it. Ninja DJ's doing some barbecue and self-made bottle service. I'll be doing the same. I'll be having some whiskey poured at home, not having to spend $30 for a cocktail made by a dude in a man bun.
Tip yourself well.
Exactly. And he's going to have a cake, too. So shout out Ninja DJ having his own little New Year's party. Absolutely.
I'm going to Black Ninja DJ's house.
Absolutely.
Can he bottle serve me as well?
Yeah, exactly. Not bottle feed, but bottle serve. Big difference there.
Either way is fine. I'll pay extra for bottle feed.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do like a little pasta situation. We're going to lay low and going to be a quiet New Year's, and hopefully bedtime around by 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Is the plan as well. Days of I get angry. Like, we're going long. It is what it is. Fine. I get angry on nights that I have to stay up late. Like we went to that Grizzlies game Friday night for the Bucks game, and like driving home, I'm like, I hate staying up late. Like I just hate. It wasn't even that late. It was like almost 10 o'clock. But like, I just get mad when I have to stay up late. Win. Yeah, I mean that's true.
Imagine like going to a Wizards game in which you lose.
I did that as well.
I know.
So I'm even madder that
how
night.
about some perspective for your New Year's resolution?
Yeah. I don't know. I get angry when I have to stay up. If I see a 10 in front and I'm still outside of my home, I get really upset. Get really upset.
Well, I'll let you know what happens when the ball drops.
Yeah. I'll find out in the morning on New Year's Day, that's for sure. But appreciate y'all putting up with us during our buffoonery section. We do have a lot of ball to get to. We got a Grizzlies game tonight. We're going to continue our college football quarterfinal preview, and all that starts with our Beale Street Heat Check.
This is the $2 Sports Show. I'm one of the $2. I'm Uncle Buck. I'm joined to my left by Rusty, and we are here on this Tuesday edition of the show on Bluff City Media's YouTube, X page, Rusty's Facebook page for his parents. And if you want to be part of the action, part of the cool kid crowd here, come on over to YouTube. That's where all the people hang out. Listen, we're only half the show, and we're not even the better half. The better half happens in the comment section. We are just a vessel for bringing people together to chat while we talk. And so if you want to participate in that, we'd highly recommend it. Come on over to YouTube. Hit the thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the alarms or turn on the notifications so that we'll let you know when we go live. You don't even have to think about it. Just look at your phone. We know you're looking at it, and it'll let you know when any show on Bluff City Media is live.
That's right. But we are your favorite Bluff City Media lunchtime show, hanging out here talking Grizzlies, who are currently 1-1 in this 10-game stretch, Drew. We flipped the numbers. We put 4-6 in the first two sets of 10, 6-4 in that third set, and now 32 games into the season. We are 1-1 in this next series. One, a good win over the Bucks. One loss, a bad loss to the Wizards. And now we get ready to play a Sixers team who is banged up a little bit like us. Joel Embiid is a game-time decision. I believe Kelly Oubre is out tonight, already announced. Jock Landale, game-time decision for the Grizzlies, and then the litany of people who are out. Drew, this is another get-right game, right? We thought this was going to be an opportunity for us to get back to or slightly above 500, given the way that the schedule kind of fell. We felt like we'd get that. We would be sitting at 500 after that Wizards game at 16-16 with a chance to go above 500 into the new year, which is January 2026. But alas, we lost on Sunday, and now we've got an opportunity to be one game below 500, which I've said a couple times this week, and I'll lob this to you. Given the way the season started, again, 4-6 in the first 20 games, basically 8-16. Shout out 60 Zeller. I am a Bear, and that does explain a lot. But, given all that, to be two games with a possibility of being one game below 500 heading into the new year, Drew, I think all of us would have taken that when we lost 10 out of 11 during that stretch.
Of course, if you want to look at the big picture here, you say, yeah, that we were once 4-11, and now we're 15-17. That means we're winning more games than we're losing since that point by a pretty wide margin. Then, yeah, you would take that, absolutely. Don't look at how you got here because you would be fighting mad with 2 losses to the Washington Wizards. But, if you just want to take a macro approach to it, then, yeah, of course, I'd love to be 15-17. The problem is we talk about this team daily, and early around Thanksgiving, we said that this team has a very good possibility of being 500 at the start of the new year. And you should be. If it weren't for 2 crackhead losses to the Washington Wizards.
Yeah, and bad losses at that. Not just because it was the Wizards, but the lack of effort. And that's what, we talked about this yesterday a bit, just the dichotomy that was Friday night. That's the first time I saw John Morant dive after a loose basketball in a long time. We played with effort. We played with intensity. We were aggressive. And we beat a Bucks team who's not that great, but we showed what the model of this Grizzlies team should be. Only for 2 days later, and I'm not getting too bent out of shape about it. It was a one-off road game to DC. There was 14 people in the arena. I'm not going to crash out over it, but it was a bad loss, and you didn't play well. There was no effort. There was no oomph in that game. The Grizzlies didn't force the issue, and what happens? You lose again to a bad Wizards team. It's the Brooklyn Nets from last year all over again this year. Last year, the Nets had our number. Apparently this year it's the Wizards. And the Wizards, one thing about them that I will commend is they play with effort, something this Grizzlies team doesn't do consistently. And you'll need effort tonight if you're going to get a home win over the 76ers.
Yeah, Ja was a -22. Mm-hmm. And sure, I'm not going to overreact. You like where you're at compared to where you're at. But we do talk about this on a microscopic level. That's part of doing a daily show.
Sure.
And it was atrocious. There's a lot of stuff in there I hated. You know, but time marches on. You play the 76ers, and if there's one good thing about the NBA is that you play 82 of these things, and you get another chance to get back on the right side of it. So just go ahead and stack up another one tonight. Make me feel good. It's at home, and the Grizzlies are a home underdog to the 76ers. I've seen Joel Embiid is playing some, at least. You said he's questionable for tonight. Honestly, I kind of just hope he plays, because what Joel Embiid has turned into is just a laughing stock of basketball, and I would love to just laugh at him on my new 65-inch TV.
Be careful with that. The Grizzlies are a 1-point home underdog on FanDuel. You can go over there and get them. Minus 102 on the money line, so we're still just as likely to win the game. I think they're like minus 110 on the money line, so it's a pretty even split. But be careful making fun of Joel Embiid. I agree. He is a laughing stock. He is a shell of his former self, watching him flop and flail everywhere. And you can tell me all you want that it's to protect the knees, and I hear that. But within the last the last week, he has a 31-point game against Chicago, a 27-point game against Brooklyn, and earlier this month, not even 2 weeks ago, he had 39 points against the Pacers. We're going to be short in the front court, right? Especially if Jock doesn't play, we won't really have a big that we can throw at Embiid to match his size like Edey can. So that's going to fall to Christian Koloko, who, as good as he looked against the Bucks on Friday, looked even worse on Sunday in that Wizards loss. And it's what you get for a 10-day. Like, I'm not banking our season. I'm not banking anything on that. Just for tonight, our 5 situation is Jaren and Christian Koloko against Embiid should he play.
Yeah, well, I'm still going to make fun of him. I don't care. I'm not preying on his downfall. I'm not thinking he's terrible. I'm just going to laugh at him because he is in the horizontal position more than he is in the vertical position.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, you can tell me that's for injury management all you want. It's still goofy as all get out.
I'm sorry. A 7-foot dude hitting the ground that much can't be preventative maintenance.
No, I agree.
I feel like the best way to prevent injury is to stay upright. That's just, I'm not just going to, when I stand up out of this chair, I'm not going to assume that it's safer for my bodily health to fall into the floor over here. I'm just going to walk.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh.
What's that look for?
Breaking news, Patriots wide receiver Stephon Diggs facing felony charges for strangulation, misdemeanor charge of assault, stemming from a December 2nd incident. Yikes.
Jeez.
We'll get to NFL at the end of the show, but yikes.
He's in a lot of headlines.
He is, and none of them are football related. We'll get to that at the end. But, yeah, the Grizzlies take on the 76ers tonight. Tyrese Maxey has been one of the hottest basketball players in the world this season. I mean, he's playing like almost 40 minutes a night, averaging almost 31 points a night. Guys, he's been incredible for this Philly team. But if you want to get some points, some money on the Grizzlies, a few bets that I do like for tonight over on FanDuel. Jaren Jackson Jr., 25-plus points. I feel like especially if Embiid doesn't go, I think he could have his way with Andre Drummond, getting him outside of the paint. Ja, 8-plus assists, minus 113. Ja has been having great success as a true facilitating point guard in this system, really spreading the ball, seeing the floor well, averaging almost 8 assists per game. Santi Aldama, 10-plus rebounds at plus 186. And Cam Spencer, 4-plus threes is plus 255. That feels like some easy money for a guy who's been on a generational heater over the last month, Drew.
Yeah, he's really struggled lately. He's fallen below 50% from 3, which is unacceptable.
Unacceptable. Although if you look at the aggregate across the last 10 games, he is shooting 58%. Now, in his last three is not as good. Right. But how dare he fall below 50% from 3? Yeah. There was in that 10-game stretch.
Which just means it's going to be progression right here. Like, I've only made 25%. That means I'm shooting 75 tonight.
Yeah, that's it. So go make some money. 4-plus threes for Cam Spencer at plus 255. Who during that 10-game stretch was shooting better from 3 than he was from inside the paint. 55% from 2, 58% from 3. Cam Spencer has been on 1. Speaking of on 1, we do need to
VJ Edgecombe on the rookie matchup, right? He's playing tonight. So
yep, Edgecombe and Cedric really Coward. Good. He's cooled a bit as of late, but he has had quite the rookie season. He's near the top of the rookie ladder, much like Cedric Coward. BJ Edgecombe comes in averaging 15.5 points, 5.4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 1.6 stocks per game. Within the last week, he's had a 26, 23, 26, and 22-point game. So Edgecombe can get after it. He can fill it up. He's been a great rookie to watch. He was one of the fun draft picks, too, just seeing what it meant to him when he got drafted by Philly. So he's a guy that I've always kind of kept an eye on and somewhat rooted for. Obviously not tonight, but Edgecombe can fill it up. So you've got to be careful with that dude. Cedric Coward will have his hands full defensively for sure.
Yeah, tip off at 7 o'clock. That's going to be on. It's going to be a FanDuel game, right?
It's NBC tonight. It's on NBC.
Oh, it is
tonight.
NBC on Peacock. And as I say that, Chris Harrington, I get a push Twitter notification says big one on NBC. So if he would have tweeted that out like 5 seconds ago, I wouldn't have looked like an idiot. But it takes a lot to not make me look like an idiot. So
that's fair. Tonight on NBC. But we do need to address Nikola Jokic. Hyperextended his knee and is set to miss multiple weeks. Some are saying at least 4. They're going to reevaluate in 4 weeks. Looks like dodging a catastrophe of a torn ACL, anything like that. But a hyperextension can lead to a stretching of some of the ligaments, including the ACL, which could hamper him for far longer than 4 weeks. I'm curious, like 4 weeks is reevaluation. I would not be surprised if they tacked on another 4 weeks on top of that just to make sure this thing is fully healthy, given his importance to that franchise and his role in MVP caliber. But hyperextended knees are nothing to play with the stretch and strain it puts on the ligaments in the knee.
No, that was a pretty scary situation there. And if he misses a lot of time, which it seems like he will, the NBA needs to get rid of this 67-game thing for postseason
65
awards.
games.
Or 65 games. You can miss 17. That's where I got the 7 from. But you got to get rid of the 65-game thing because it's going to call – your MVP is going to be by default this year. It's going to be SGA again, you know, or maybe a Luka first-time thing. But you're going to have to get rid of that. And, buddy, if you're the Denver Nuggets, you better find a way to win at least 2 games without him because they could fall. And that team is nothing without him. I mean, I love Cam Johnson as much as the next guy, but he's injured too. So, I mean, you were talking Bruce Brown and is Aaron Gordon still out too? I
think Aaron Gordon's still out. But, and Cam Johnson, when he was playing, has not been playing very well. Aaron Gordon is still out. He could return at some point during the back end of this 7-game road trip, but not tomorrow night. Christian Brown is out. They've almost been bit as bad as we have with the injury bug.
Yeah, well, glad somebody else is dealing with it, but they are not built like the Grizzlies or the Thunder or any of these teams that's got a lot of depth. Like that is a one-man show in Nikola Jokic. You've seen that time and time again when he misses any time at all, and that was a terrifying injury for the NBA and for Denver because when he went down like that, I thought that sucker was broke. There was no doubt about it. Or torn.
Yeah, I thought his ACL was gone. I like that. It did not look good at all. And a big guy when he goes down and immediately grabs his knee like that, and the way he fell, it did not look good. The schedule is pretty manageable over the next 4 weeks. Games against Toronto and Cleveland, but then they've got Brooklyn and Philly, Milwaukee, New Orleans, Dallas, Washington, Charlotte, with some games sprinkled in there against Atlanta.
Sorry. You take Jokic out of there are no easy games.
That's fair. And yet again,
because Charlotte is circling that Denver game without Nikola Jokic for sure.
Absolutely. And yet again, Joel Embiid will not have to play Nikola Jokic on January the 5th for what feels like the 14th year in a row.
Right. So, glad for the NBA that it's not a big thing because he is the best player. I mean, he had a Christmas Day 50-point triple-double overtime win. Like, Adam Silver loves Nikola Jokic more than he loves anybody in the world right now. And then that happens.
Maybe SGA, the way that he protects that Thunder team. But anyway, I digress. But that's our Grizzly talk, basketball talk for today. We've got a lot of college football to get to. Today is the day, unfortunately, out there that we're going to let Drew get his takes off. We're going to preview the Ole Miss Georgia quarterfinal game today. Leaves us 2 for tomorrow. We'll talk Ole Miss and Georgia here after this commercial break as we get ready for the college football quarterfinals, New Year's Eve and New Year's Day.
In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem.
Hey, Atlanta's gonna move off of Trae Young, ain't it, man?
You asked me the other day, would I trade straight up Ja for Trey?
Would you?
No. Would you?
Hey, this is my show, man. I ask y'all the questions, man. I don't get into that type of stuff. Trey going to get traded by next year. I think they've been wanting to trade him. But yeah,
Nobody wants him. He's apparently him, Ja, and LaMelo Ball have negative value.
Negative trade value. You got to trade them for each other, man. It ain't many dudes in the NBA that I hate more than Trae Young. Like that dude, that dude's whole basketball aesthetic is just.
How would the narrative change if he came over to your team though?
I'd be all in. I've said this a lot, man. I don't like Ja because he's cool. I like Ja because he played for the Grizzlies. I wouldn't be a Ja fan if he didn't play for us. I would look at Ja probably not totally, but a lot of stuff that people say about Ja, I would probably feel the same way if he didn't play for us.
The way I feel about LaMelo is probably how I would feel about Ja if Ja
right,
wasn't
exactly.
on our team. You know what I'm saying?
I would look at Ja the same way I look at LaMelo Ball, like for real.
Tune in to the Anthony Sain Show Monday through Fridays at 1 p.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
Welcome back to the $2 Sports Show, Tuesday edition of the $2 Sports Show. We're the $2, and we're on Bluff City Media's YouTube. And we've talked about my Christmas. We've talked about the Memphis Grizzlies. And now we're going to talk about my Ole Miss Rebels and the Sugar Bowl appearance in the college football playoff quarterfinals.
Yeah, the last time Georgia traveled down to New Orleans, they lost to Notre Dame last year in the semifinals in this same Sugar Bowl. They get Ole Miss today, quarterfinals. They get Ole Miss today, or Ole Miss on Thursday night, an Ole Miss team that will be with Kewan Lacey after he showed up on the injury report with some shoulder pain. Pete Nakos about 45 minutes ago came out and said that Kewan Lacey had a full practice today and will be available for the Sugar Bowl, which is going to be big as that's a huge part of what Ole Miss does on offense. Over on FanDuel, if you want to bet on this game, you can get the Ole Miss as a 6.5 point, currently sits as a 6.5 point underdog to the Georgia Bulldogs, plus 190 on the money line. They got the over-under set at 55.5 and total rushing yards, which I think will be a big part of this game, both from the quarterback position and the running back position. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. Ole Miss is over-under set at 120.5. Georgia, 177.5. Drew, what is your overall first impressions of this game, which could be, again, is a reiteration of an epic game where Ole Miss had, a 10-point lead going into the fourth quarter, and Georgia made a furious comeback to win that game late.
Yeah, so that was it was a 9-point lead in the fourth quarter against Georgia. Listen, I've kind of went on and on about Georgia, especially after the SEC championship game where they just absolutely demolished Alabama, about how I think that a case can be made, a legitimate case can be made that they are the best team in football right now. Mm-hmm. They took a loss to Alabama in the regular season. They avenged that in just crazy proportions in the SEC championship game, and they figured stuff out. Kirby Smart's even alluded to the fact that coming back and winning that Ole Miss game in Athens was a turning point because of you had to respond. And Ole Miss had them. There was a 4th and 1 in which if Ole Miss stops Georgia, they win. They can take a knee, and they didn't. And things got away from them. And they ended up losing by 8. And we're both here in a rematch that I think is fun. As far as rematches go, I don't really like rematches in the playoffs. But as far as rematches go, I'm a big fan of this one. This is going to be a fun game. It's going to come down to Trinidad Chambliss. If Ole Miss stands a chance, Trinidad's got to be absolutely special. Georgia's really good, and they are better now than they were when they beat Ole Miss earlier in the season. I think Ole Miss is better now than they were when they almost beat Georgia in the first part of the season. But if you looked at what Trinidad Chambliss did against Georgia, he had 263 passing yards and 42 rushing yards, 3 total touchdowns. He was a difference maker. I don't think that Ole Miss lines up and runs the ball down the throat of Georgia to win this game. I think it's going to have to be a special display by Trinidad Chambliss, and I think of the quarterbacks left, he's the one that can be the biggest wild card. You know what you're getting out of the rest of them. Trinidad can be a wild card, not to put too much on his name, but you think Johnny Manziel is like, there's just sometimes where things get weird, he gets loose, and he can make stuff happen. And the games that you think should go one way go the other way just because of one person's effort.
Agreed. And it's going to come down to Trinidad Chambliss a lot in the run game as well. But Ole Miss comes in as the 33rd ranked rushing offense facing Georgia's 4th ranked rushing defense. Georgia has been incredible against the run this year for a team who, for the first 3 quarters of the season, could not generate a pass rush to save their life. They had no sacks heading into week 5 or 6 before they started getting some traction later. But where Ole Miss and Trinidad Chambliss can make exploits and find paths, Drew, is in the passing game. Ole Miss is the 3rd ranked passing offense in the country. Throw the ball exceptionally well. Georgia, 75th against the pass.
Yeah.
While they still top out as a top 6 total defense, they struggle defending the pass. A lot of that goes against that pass rush that has been kind of non-existent. And with no pass rush, you give quarterbacks time to pick apart defenses, find the holes, find the lanes. And Trinidad Chambliss has been really good at that all year long. Now, I think that's gotten better as the season goes on. Like I said earlier, they've developed a pass rush. They can get after the quarterback a little bit. But Trinidad Chambliss is a bit sneaky, where you had Ty Simpson in the SEC championship game. He can run okay. He's not that great in space. Trinidad Chambliss gives you a real weapon that if you can get pressure on him, but he is able to escape the pocket, he is a dangerous runner in the open field. So Georgia's not only going to have to get pressure on him, but they're going to have to contain. Otherwise, Trinidad Chambliss can find success both with passing on the run and getting loose in space.
Yeah. And one of the aspects of Ole Miss's offense that hasn't been talked about a lot, and there's a lot that hasn't been talked about with Ole Miss because of the lane situation and all that, is they have elite wide receivers on the outside. I mean, and they do a good job of, it's not necessarily like separation, although they do get good separation. They do a lot of throwing into one-on-ones, short passes, and they consistently make people miss and find open yards after the catch. They do a really good job of that. So I think there's a recipe there. Listen, Ole Miss should be an underdog. 6.5 seems about right. Ole Miss money line seems about right. Ole Miss should not win this game. If you play it 100 times, they would probably win a quarter of the times. That feels right to me. I'm not over here saying that Ole Miss is undervalued here, but I do think that there is a recipe there for them to win, and you've seen it. You went to Georgia and had a 9-point lead in the 4th quarter and lost, and now you're going to a neutral site. And I'm not really the kind of guy that plays the pregame speech card. Like, I don't like that, because a lot of those people are, a lot of Ole Miss fans are saying, we're disrespected, we're counted out because of your coach. Your coach didn't want to be here, he left. It's us against the world. And, you know, while all that may be true, like, I'm always been of the opinion that pregame speeches and rallies and stuff like that last you about 1 or 2 drives, you know, and then it's just like football. It's how well you've prepared throughout the week, that kind of stuff, what your game plan is. And so, like, I just don't buy into a lot of that kind of stuff. But there is a message to be had and a statement that can be made by Pete Golding if they go out and win this game.
Yep, exactly. And Ole Miss can also exploit Georgia through explosive plays. They've been a top 10 team in explosive plays all year. Georgia showed in games that they can give up some of those early in the Tennessee game, the first Alabama game. They were able to, teams were able to exploit some of that, but the team has gotten better. And credit where credit's due, so has Ole Miss. Ole Miss has, since that Georgia loss, not really missed a beat. You know, the Lane Kiffin distractions did not slow him down. The off-the-field stuff did not slow him down. And Ole Miss only got better as the year went on. What also plays in their favor, last year, the teams that got the first-round bye didn't fare very well. And there's been a lot of talk this year about strain and struggle in regards to the G5 teams. The same could be used here. Ole Miss just had a little bit of strain having to play against Tulane, at least play a football game where you can knock some of the rust off. We haven't seen Georgia since the SEC championship game about 20, as of now, 24, 23 days ago. And that's a long time to sit and rest as a football team. Now, you're getting some contact in practice, but it's not the same as going out and struggling against a team. Not that, and don't hear what I'm saying, Ole Miss did not struggle for a minute, but the act of playing football is a play-by-play struggle, and that strain helped the teams last year. Boise State notwithstanding, they didn't have a chance getting that bye, but that can play into Ole Miss's favor as well.
It's about exercising, you know. It's just about going through the process, hitting somebody. You know, it wasn't a strain. Like, the game wasn't a strain, but it is still football being played against the best G5 team there is. And I've said on this show what I valued the most was the 5 seed. That's what I said. I said I'd rather be the 5 seed than the 4 seed. And what happened this year was that 5 or 6 was the same because you got 2 of them. So the 6 seed, in my opinion, was just as good as the 5 seed. And so you got to go exercise a little bit. You got to go play. Listen, I think that Miami, y'all talked about Miami and Ohio State yesterday. I'd pick Miami. And a lot of that is because they went out there and they struggled and they won. They played a game that was very unpredictable, very away from the game script because of the win, just kind of flipped everything. And they went and won on the road. And I think that it is an advantage to at least get out there and play.
We talk about with the Grizzlies and young players, it's a high-leverage situation. Whether Tulane is a worthy opponent is not the conversation. It's still high-leverage football that matters. I would give anything in this world, though, for this game to be in Athens and Miami be playing in Columbus. Like, that would be an incredible atmosphere.
I agree.
It's going to be fun in the Sugar Bowl, but I'd give anything for us to get the first 2 rounds on home fields. But it's a neutral field, and Ole Miss is fast. Team speed matters, and when you're on a neutral field and a artificial surface like is in the Sugar Bowl, Drew, that plays into Ole Miss's team speed very well. You talk about elite receiver play. You talk about Keywan Lacey and Trinidad Chambliss in space. This is going to be the best offense that Georgia has faced, like all-around offense that Georgia has faced since the last time they played this team. That could be explosive in both.
Because by the time they played Alabama, again, there was no Jam Miller, and Alabama was completely one-dimensional. Listen, I'm more worried about the defensive side of the ball. You know, Ole Miss did not force Georgia to punt one time in that game in October. They did not force Georgia to punt one time. They went score for score with Georgia for a long time until they didn't, and that's when the game was over. Yeah. And so you've got to find out a way to make them punt. They gashed us on the run, and Georgia has not been a very high yards per carry team this year, but they are so balanced. They are so balanced, and they can win multiple different ways offensively. So it's on Pete Golding, and Pete Golding has not shied away. Every time I've heard him talk about the Georgia game, they're like, what can you do differently? And every time he says, well, we got to make them punt. Like that is just step number 1 is they've got to kick the ball to us at some point. You know, from the punt formation. So it is It's going to be fun. I'm excited. Listen, last week it was a celebration of Ole Miss. You got to have it at home, but Tulane was the team that could just say, we're just here to try to cause chaos. We win either way. Mm-hmm. That's Ole Miss's position this week. It's like you go and you the celebration is you have made it to the Sugar Bowl. You have, despite all the distraction, everything, you came out. You're 12-1 now. You're the first team in Ole Miss history to ever win 12 games, and you have an opportunity to win a 13th game, and you're going to get nice hotels, swag, all that kind of stuff, and you get to go out there, and the only thing you can do is either spoil the party for Georgia and keep this train going, or fight hard and lose, and nobody's going to think lesser of you, except for Russell.
You're playing with, well, I mean, that's impossible. You're playing with house money at this point. And honestly, like, Ohio State has shown that they can bleed, and either offense that comes out of this, I think, will be, Indiana notwithstanding, because Indiana's a good offense, but either Ole Miss or Georgia would be the best offense that Ohio State has faced, if not definitely the second best, right up there with Indiana. And so, crazy things happen in football in January. You can find a way to slow down Gunnar Stockton and that Georgia offense because they can move the football. They can put up points, much like Ole Miss. Like, you find a way to get past that, and Ohio State has shown that they can bleed. They have shown that they are a beatable football team. And if Miami can come in and upset them, and Miami has the defensive chops, we talked about that yesterday, it's going to come down to Carson Beck. Miami's defense will give them a shot. It's just whether or not Carson Beck can exercise those big game demons that he's had since Georgia. Either way, this sets up to be an incredible semifinal matchup. Ole Miss, Georgia, Miami, Ohio State. Either one will be an incredible matchup.
It will be a much better weekend of football.
Yeah.
Than the first weekend, than the first round games. You're just going to get good on good. You're not going to have the token G5 teams that come in and take a beating. But I'm glad that Ole Miss is in the position to where they got to have a home game, exercise their mental, if nothing else, just run through a game day situation one time before Georgia. I don't know how much it matters, but you did see last year where the 4 teams that got a bye went 0-4.
Yeah. And not only that, but like you're able to, and I'm not trying to tie this back to Lane Kiffin. I'm actually tired of talking about him. But you get to exercise some of those Lane Kiffin demons, create some space, because now you've won a game without Lane Kiffin. You've got an opportunity to prove that wasn't a fluke and that you could go do it again against a much, much better opponent. But it created some breathing room from the distractions because you were able to win a game without Lane and, get your sea legs underneath you.
I've said 1,000 times on this show, and I've never had to say it about Ole Miss, but I'll say it just to continue to be consistent. Lane Kiffin is a great coach. Great coaches matter.
Yep.
But what matters more in this day and age of the NIL and the transfer portal is good organization. And Ole Miss, in my opinion, has a great organization. They all pull the same rope, from the collective to the president of the college to the athletic director to the head coach. And so I don't think that Ole Miss will take a massive step back. And a win or even competition checks a box, in my opinion, of Pete Golding, the coach, because that's what we don't know. In my opinion, what we do know is the organizational alignment. I think you can continue to get players, the money's there, all that stuff that happens off the field. You can have an opportunity to check a box of a coach.
Mm-hmm. And, this is a great opportunity for a signature win early on. You can go get a big win over Georgia. That can put a big stamp of approval on Pete Golding and quell some of the nerves around what it's going to look like in the post-Lane Kiffin era. I know, listen, we don't know, right? Like, chances are, it's probably there's going to be some regression, but you can take this team and go beat Georgia. That goes a long way in saying, hey, there may not be as much regression as you thought. It's like you said, it's win-win either way for Pete Golding and Ole Miss. You're playing with house money. You shouldn't be here without Lane Kiffin, according to a lot of the talking heads. But you got a chance to go silence a lot of that and go legitimately have a shot at a national championship.
Let me tell you this, too, and I'll get out in front of it, because if Ole Miss wins, it will be a talking point. And this is where I haven't really cared about the assistants situation Like, I didn't care. They were coming back. I didn't care if they went to LSU in between the two games. Like, all this kind of stuff we didn't talk about on the show because I didn't really care. You come back, you coach, you do a good job, whatever. It changes after this game because the portal opens up January 2nd. If Ole Miss is playing in the game and the portal opens up and Ole Miss makes it into the semifinals, that's when it gets weird because that's when Kewan Lacey is going to have to get into the portal if he's getting in. Mm-hmm. You're going to have a decision from the NCAA for Trinidad Chambliss. And then at that point, Charlie Weiss is actually needing to recruit players to LSU. Like that's when it actually – there's been a lot of stuff that – and I didn't think it mattered. This is when it would get a little weird.
It would get a little squirrely because Charlie Weiss Jr. is going to be coaching for a chance to play for a national championship while actively trying to talk Trinidad and Kewan Lacey into coming to Baton Rouge.
And that's where I'll push back a little bit. And I do believe that there's not going to be like the active stuff. Like I don't know how it's going to work. This is just speculation based on what's happened so far. But Pete has outlined like day, like if you're in the building, you're Ole Miss. When you're not, you can do whatever, and he's allowed space to do stuff when you're not in the building. That's when it gets a little weird. Is like if you're outside of the building, or then you calling Kewan Lacey, and Kewan Lacey says he hasn't heard from Lane Kiffin. Trinidad Chambliss says he has not talked to Lane Kiffin. All this other kind of stuff, mainly because it's illegal and they're not in the portal, and not that matters, but. It becomes legal on January 2nd. If you're still playing football, it's going to get a little weird.
Yeah, I mean, tampering is illegal, and there are ways to tamper without tampering, and it still happens. And if you don't think that Charlie Weiss is going to be tampering a little bit with Trinidad and Kewan Lacey, we probably need to talk about the Eastern.
And I think that's what's one of the good things about Ole Miss going ahead because he didn't wait on Weiss. He didn't wait on Kevin Smith, the running back coach. He went ahead, and they've got a running backs coach, Frank Wilson, and they've got an offensive coordinator in John David Baker. And so he's also in the building. So maybe they just have to like thumb wrestle over who gets to talk to Kewan last. I don't know. But like it is I'm glad that they're there. So at least you have a representative from Ole Miss.
And that good running back from LSU that Frank Wilson recruited there,
Harlan Berry.
Yeah, he hit the portal.
Yeah, he's coming to this.
Yeah, I mean, that feels like you've got it.
There's been like 17 coaches and staffers that have changed.
Not that he's as good as Kewan Lacey, but you have an option coming in that's a pretty good running back.
He was a true freshman, but he flashed at times. But I'd rather have Kewan, but you may have to pay $3 million for Kewan. And at that point, it's like, do you bang for your buck? I would still do it, but he's awesome.
I mean, it's wild what the running back NIL money is looking like for this offseason.
It's like, the opposite of the NFL.
It's like $3 to $5 million for a good run. Like Ahmad Hardy is going to hit the portal and likely command $3 to $5 million, and like that's wild for a running back. Wild. Makes me really glad for Fluff Bothwell and us getting him on a deal to come back next year.
Yeah, well, I don't imagine Fluff Bothwell was getting near that amount of money. So that's all I've got. If you've got anything else college football, I wanted to do one very short NFL thing with you. Are we good? We good?
Yeah, I'm good. Right. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Alabama, Indiana, Texas Tech, Oregon, and briefly the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
Oh, I can't wait. So Wake Forest and Mississippi State. It's fitting for a mayonnaise bowl. It's like a bunch. It's like he dumped a jar of mayonnaise.
It's postseason. It's more reps for Kamario Taylor. I'm here for it. And I want to see Jeff Levy covered in mayonnaise after the game.
I think he is covered in mayonnaise all the time. He's definitely got mayonnaise in the corner of his mouth.
He's a blue plate boy. Like, you look at that dude, that guy is a blue plate man. He is a blue plate guy.
Yeah, he's not doing the fake stuff. No. We're not doing Miracle Whip. It's straight mayo.
It is blue plate. It is blue.
Keep your light mayonnaise in California.
That's it. Keep your Duke on the East Coast. In the Deep South, we eat blue plate.
All right. So my NFL consumption is largely fantasy football, if not exclusively fantasy football. And I, over the weekend on Sunday, was in the VRBO with my brother-in-law, who is a huge Carolina Panthers fan. He grew up in North Carolina, big Panthers fan, and he bought Sunday ticket. and we sat on the couch and watched NFL Sunday Ticket, quad box. And I was like, man, I miss this. I miss watching NFL football like this. And they were talking about stuff on there that I had no idea had happened this year. Again, I believe that it is true. I love fantasy football, so I deal with it. But fantasy football does kill, like, NFL football consumption at a macro level.
For sure.
So this is what I'm going to do. This is real simple. Doesn't take a brain surgeon here. I'm going to get you, because I think you're like me. I don't think you consume a lot of NFL football. To tell me who won each of these divisions.
Oh Lord!
In the NFL season,
all right.
This is wild to me. Like, I cannot believe I've woken up and realized, like, oh my God, like, have I missed everything? And I have, and so have you. Who, Rusty? We're just going to go the way the ESPN has it. It is by AFC first, then NFC in alphabetical order. The AFC East. Who is the champion of the AFC East?
So I do know a few just from fantasy, just keeping up a little bit. The New England Patriots are the division champ. Yeah. Like Mike Vrabes and
3.
Drake May are balling in Gillette Stadium, man.
Yeah.
What a wild turnaround.
They have clinched the division, and Buffalo has clinched a playoff spot. So I believe that's what that means. Why?
Yes. I believe they have.
Clinched the wild card. All right. AFC South, what I once called the worst division in football. Who is winning?
You got two playoff
the
teams,
South?
The Texans and the Jaguars. I think it's the Jaguars, isn't it?
All right. So the division has not been won yet, but the current leader in the AFC South is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
With Trevor Lawrence,
had the second overall pick last year.
And Trevor Lawrence has been killing it on the back half of the year.
I tried to tell you not to call him trash. I was in the Lawrence camp here. Like, he didn't just start sucking. Liam Cohen is going to be your coach of the year. He should be. That team won like 3 games last year.
Awful.
And they are 12-4 on the season.
That's wild.
A point differential of plus 104.
Wow.
Just domination.
Yeah.
The AFC North.
That's still up for grabs, right?
So no team in this division has clinched a playoff spot yet.
I know it ain't Cincinnati. I know that.
No, Cincinnati 6-10. Cleveland's 4-12.
Yeah.
So Pittsburgh and Baltimore, I think, play Sunday.
Sunday Night Football.
Yep. And Pittsburgh is 9-7. Baltimore 8-8. That just feels inevitable. Yeah.
Death taxes and Mike Tomlin going 9-7. Like, that's a thing.
Right. The AFC West.
This one got squirrely because the Chiefs were so bad.
Yes. So the Chiefs are 6-10.
And Pat Mahomes and Gardner Minshew both tore their ACLs.
Yeah.
It's got to be the Broncos, right?
It's the Broncos. The Broncos are 13-3.
Bo Nix has got motion, man. Like that. He is thriving under Sean Payton.
So the teams that have clinched a playoff spot in the AFC are New England, Buffalo, Jacksonville, Houston, Denver, and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Just like you drew it up in the preseason.
I'm telling you, and that's the thing that everybody needs to remember. We talk about college football. We love college football. College football is chaos, and then at the end, it's one of the same teams. The NFL is pure year to year. Anything can truly happen. Jacksonville had the second worst record in the NFL, and now they are 12-4. NFC. The NFC East is easy.
It's the Eagles.
It's the Eagles. The NFC North, like we all predicted.
Yeah. Caleb Williams found a passing game in that purse of his, and they are like they split the season with the Packers, and the Bears, like, they have an outside chance at the number 1 overall seed in the NFC East, or in the NFC, I believe.
Yeah, so I'll get to that. The NFC South. one of the 2 divisions that have no clinched spots yet.
Yeah. A normally abysmal division, and don't get it twisted. None of these teams are good, but I think it's the Buccaneers and the Panthers, right?
Yes. So Carolina is first place in the NFC South at 8-8, 1 game back of Tampa Bay that's 7-9. So
wow.
the loser, whoever doesn't get that bid, will go home.
Yeah.
And then the NFC West.
Turned out to be the best division in football this year.
It is absolutely the best division in football.
Matt Stafford had an MVP caliber season, only for it to go up in flames last night against the Falcons. With that loss, though, doesn't that propel the Seahawks?
So with that loss, they cannot win the division. So they are locked into a wild card. And the Seattle Seahawks are 13-3, and the San Francisco Giants are 12-4.
For all of the thoughts of Sam Darnold only being good in Minnesota, he got that fat contract in Seattle, struggled early, and then just has been a redheaded flamethrower for the back half of the season.
Yeah. So that's what I was left with. I was like, man, what have I missed? And it turned out I missed everything. There's so many. Yeah. If you want new blood, this is the year. This is the year to tune in to the NFL. If you had Chiefs fatigue, they're not there.
I mean, we're very likely we could be looking at a Denver-Seattle Super Bowl like we had, what?
Yeah, Peyton Manning
and against the Legion of Boom. Was that 2012, somewhere around in there?
Something like that, yeah.
We could be revisiting that, but with Denver having the elite defense and Sam Darnold. Well, looky there. We got us another buck here.
Yeah, it's Christmas break.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Right. We're finishing our show, Jenny. So,
yeah.
You want to say bye?
Bye.
You want to sing Go Tell It on the Mountain? I didn't think so.
No, we're not going to sing. Going to get bashful on us. But that's going to do it for your Tuesday edition of the $2 Sports Show. We will be back tomorrow for our final show of the week, 11 a.m. Central. Bluff City Media's YouTube channel. For all of those in the comments, we appreciate y'all. King Minks, I see you coming in with your 49ers. They have been one of the hotter teams in football. It was a great game against the Bears on Sunday Night Football, just back and forth. No, the Bears.
No, that's right. Bears. That's right.
The Bears on Sunday.
I don't know what I was thinking.
Incredible game. But it's going to be a wild finish of that season. We're going to talk about college football quarterfinals tomorrow, the Duke's Mayo Bowl recap, hopefully a Grizzlies dub tonight, and plenty more on your Wednesday edition of the show. But in the meantime, go be a friend to somebody who needs a friend. And Uncle Buck, tell them why there are no refunds.
That's right, because with the $2, you always get what you pay for. Hope everybody has a happy and safe New Year's. Hey, light the firework, then run the other direction, okay? I don't want to see anybody missing digits when we come back on Monday. So
no JPPs
we'll
on Monday.
I'll tell you again tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the $2 Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.